Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to the Medic on the Move YouTube channel. Craig here, and it is Friday night here in Covington, Louisiana. And in a very short space of time, I am actually going to be heading off to bed because I started my shift this morning at 4 a.m., which meant I was up at 2:30, and to me that is the middle of the night. But anyway, you've got to do what you've got to do, and I'm doing the same shift again in the morning, so I'm going to need to go to bed soon in my new apartment, and I will show you around it one day in a future video. All I will say is I'm in a very, very, very nice one-bedroom apartment right in downtown here in Covington, and kitchen is over here. You might have seen a post on my Medic on the Move Facebook page the other day about it was the first time that I was able to cook a meal, and as I figured it out, it's about 7 or 8 months, because I've been in the US now for 3.5 months. But prior to that, I was working for Life Aid Emergency Care in Melbourne, Australia, and I was deployed off to wildland fires or bush fires for that period. Then I had to get out of the rental apartment that I had in Melbourne in preparation to come here. So I was in Airbnbs. Long story short, it's been a long time since I had cooked a meal, and I did it the other night right in this kitchen. Pasta is my favourite thing, and oh my goodness. And I had a different pasta tonight, and oh my goodness, plus. Anyway, so loving being here, and after being in hotels and eating in restaurants every night of the week, to get into your own place and relax and be able to do what you want is wonderful. So that's coming up. One thing I would like to say right up front is how amazing it has been to meet so many of you whilst I have been out and about, either just socially or going to the supermarket, or when I'm at work and catching up with people at emergency 911 calls. When I decided to do this Medic on the Move YouTube channel and Facebook page, the whole idea was really just for fun, for friends and colleagues and others, just to sort of follow my movements and see what I was up to. But I had no idea, had never given a thought to the fact that it might sort of move beyond that, and to get to the point where you're either in a restaurant, like I feel like I'm a celebrity at times in a restaurant or in Walmart, and people are coming up saying, "Hey, you're the Aussie Medic," and even wanting selfies. Can you believe? I had no idea or thought that that might happen. But anyway, I love it. I love meeting you, and please, if I'm anywhere where you are, I'd love to have a chat. And because it's really been very nice meeting so many of you wonderful people. This is the end of the second week of me being a solo paramedic, in that I'm able to now work on my own and fully licensed or authorised, if you like. And it has been I'm not quite sure what the right word is. I'm maybe anxious, in that when you are a student paramedic and you have an experienced paramedic that you're working with over your shoulder, even though the ones that I have had really never said anything during a call, and so you would be responding to patients and getting in there and doing your thing, and in hindsight now I realise it, but subconsciously if you're heading in a direction you shouldn't be, or maybe you're going to do something that there might be a better option, you know that you're going to get a tap on the shoulder from, a senior clinician who you're working with to say, hey, maybe we might think about this, that, or the other. And that's, in hindsight, you don't think about this at the time, but in hindsight, that was obviously a very, very comforting safety net when we are, as a student paramedic, and you're clearing doing those shifts. It's a safety net and you feel good about it. But then once that goes like that, I did my last shift, supervised shift with Creston, which was 2 Fridays ago. And then all of a sudden we got to the end of the shift and Creston goes, mate, you're on your own now, and gives me a high five. And as much as you feel good about that, but not very long after that, the reality then sets in that, it's just me now and my EMT partner, and we have to make this work together. But at the end of the day, the paramedic is the senior clinician in that crew and has the ultimate responsibility for patient safety and welfare. And so the paramedic does have that ultimate responsibility. So when I turned up for those subsequent shifts, you're feeling it. And we did what ended up sort of being almost a 14-hour shift today. And at the end of it, I just feel exhausted because your antennas are up and you're constantly, thinking at 1,000,000 miles an hour and then second guessing yourself and reviewing things and looking, and you're just on tender hooks the whole time. And you can't avoid that. At some point, you, in any vocation, whether you're a paramedic or you're a carpenter or whatever you are, at some point you have to step in to the ring and go for it on your own, and have the confidence in yourself, put in safety nets that if this and this happens that you don't want it to happen, that you've got contingencies there that you can go to. So I have those, and touch wood, we haven't had anything go wrong, and I don't anticipate anything going wrong. If it does, of course, I can always jump on the phone and either talk to the operations supervisor or another, paramedic who, I would just ring and have a chat and say, look, I've got a patient with this, and this. I think that, and that. What are you thinking? Or we can ring the hospital as well and either talk to one of the nurses or one of the doctors. So you're not no one's completely on their own. But in the moment, at the scene, yes, you are there and have to make that happen. So it's a good thing. We all need to step out of our comfort zone, and now it's my time to do that, and I am enjoying it. But that extra mental pressure, cognitive load that at this stage of proceedings that I have means that at the end of the shift, I am exhausted like I am now. But I wanted to come and talk to you. And today was the busiest shift I've had in the entire time since I've been here in America. We went to 4 motor vehicle crashes and a number of medical jobs, and we just went. It was 14 hours, 12-hour shift, but then we had stuff to. I was behind. Aaliyah and JD were, all of us were behind on our paperwork, and so we had to stay behind at the end of it and get all of that cleared up. But we just literally did not stop. We started at 4 a.m. and we just went straight through till after 4 p.m. this afternoon. So really very, very busy, and we covered lots of miles. And what else have I got to tell you? Oh, I'm about to buy a bike because I've moved into this apartment. I can walk to work, which I plan to do some days. It's only 25 minutes for me to walk to work. And, that's a good thing for me to do in the morning, to just have this leisurely walk to work. I am also going to buy a bike. So some days I'll be riding to work. It's an 8-minute ride or a 25-minute walk to work, which is just pleasant because I'm not buying a motor vehicle here in the US. Not because I'm afraid of driving in the US, just because I got rid of my car in Melbourne as well, because they're expensive things, as you know, so I didn't want the cost. So buying a bike soon, and I'll be riding to work and also will be working. The other thing I wanted to recommend to you as well, and this might seem a bit, where did this come from? But I'm also, in terms of this apartment, going to be living in a very minimalistic way. And so I didn't want to buy a big bed and mattresses and all of that. So a lady that I went into a camping shop, because I was looking at buying a camp stretcher, told me to go to Walmart and buy one of their vinyl queen size inflatable mattresses with a pump inside it as well. So I have to say that I did do that. I've been sleeping on it for 3 nights and it is so comfortable. It is lovely. So if you are looking at needing to buy a bed, but you don't want to go out and buy the whole kit and caboodle of a bed, look into it because I can highly recommend it. So that's it for this particular video. Just thought I would check in and give you a little update on where we are at. Coming up soon is going to be a video for all of you graduates in Australia who have just finished your paramedic degree. I want you to come to the US and work for Acadian Ambulance in either Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, or Tennessee, and more states are opening up. I want you to come over here because I'm telling you, Acadian is an outstanding organisation and I am having the absolute time of my life. Great organisation, great people, great experience, and I just can't speak more highly of it. So I'm going to talk to you about that in the next few days. So in the meantime, like, subscribe, share the Medic on the Move Facebook page, but don't forget there's the Medic on the Move YouTube channel. Switch that around, will you? Anyway, there's a YouTube channel and there's a Facebook page, and I'd love it if you followed both. So I'm off to bed. The medic is on the move upstairs to go to bed, and I will catch you very soon. So in the meantime, happy trails, keep smiling, stay healthy, and bye for now.